Hello everybody, this is SmilingSuncake, and this is your video game news for June 15th, 2010. And yes folks, it's that time of the year, it's time for E3 2010. Now, E3 started yesterday, and it's been proving to be an enormous event so far for the Nintendo Wii, and we're just through 2 days. So, a lot of exciting news to get you. I'm going to start off the show with Madden NFL 11 for the Wii. Now, what they're saying is the main change for this game is going to be the franchise mode. They're totally redesigning it, which is, in my opinion, a long time overdue. The Xbox 360 and PS3 got additions last year, and I think they got online franchise mode, but the Wii version is finally getting on track, and it looks like there's going to be a lot of ways to manage, like, you're actually managing your team, and it looks like it's going to be a lot deeper, a lot better, and that I'm looking forward to that, because franchise mode is really where I log all my time in Madden NFL. It is. I almost don't use any other parts, so hoping they really come through. Another thing is they're going to add weather additions to the game, which is like if it's in December, you're playing a game in December, it's going to be really wet, really soggy, and then like the players will actually slide around, so that's going to affect the game. Next game, which has been pretty highly anticipated, is Conduit II. This is set for release Q3 2010, so pretty soon, probably after summer. And the big announcement they made is Wii Motion Plus is going to be used in this game, and they said it's not required, but it will add to the tracking of the remote, and it also said if your pointer goes off the screen, it'll be a lot easier to get back on. So it sounds like a more of an addition than a requirement, but I'm hoping they'll actually fledge this out to something that can be a little more exciting. If they could do something more, that'd be good, but right now it's looking good, and the entire game looks better than the original, which I found to be really good also. A lot more environments, more outside, and not as many repeating rooms. So Conduit 2 is looking good, and we'll see that pretty soon. I'm hoping they'll show it big. And the last returning game I have for the Nintendo Wii is Epic Mickey. This was announced a little while ago, a couple months ago, I don't really remember, and some more details were released by Disney at E3 2010, and this is actually due for a release a lot sooner than I expected. It's going to be out Q3 2010, as well as the Conduit is. So they released some details about the game. It looks like you're actually almost going to be playing you're playing as Mickey, obviously, and you're going to be jumping into cartoons of like past games. It looks like it's going to be kind of a platformer, maybe an action adventure, and with some RPG elements. So a lot of different elements being played here, and it looks like you can jump into cartoons. The thing they used at E3 is Steamboat Mickey. Mickey goes in, and you play as Mickey in Steamboat Mickey, which was the first like cartoon he ever did. Now, the big announcements from the Big N. Actually, I will start with one announcement that wasn't from Nintendo, and that's the announcement of Goldeneye for the Nintendo Wii. It looks like they're doing, Activision is doing a big first-person shooter, a reimagining of Goldeneye, and it looks like they're going to take the original game, and they're not going to do a straight revival of it. They're going to do more of a rethinking of it. Like, they're going to add some new levels. It's going to be a full first-person shooter where people can go anywhere. There's going to be a lot of multiplayer in this game, and it looks like the controls are going to be very customizable. So this looks like it's going to be a really good first-person shooter. This and the Conduit are both this is coming out Q4 2010, but you know, this and the Conduit 2, if they could both come out really well, you know, maybe people will stop bashing on the Wii for first-person shooters. I know a lot of reviews are saying, oh, the Wii can't do a first-person shooter, and I would love to see these two games come out strong and really put that almost myth to rest. I mean, for me, the Conduit did it, but a lot of people were saying, it's too generic, so maybe these two will really come out. Now, we're going to go to my favorite part, the announcements from Nintendo. Now, every year at the studio at E3, they manage to make a big imprint. They always do, and they come out with surprises and stuff. And just within the first day, the very first thing they introduced is The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. This is set for release in 2011. They pushed the date back, which honestly I don't mind. I want them to just take their time and really just, make this game really amazing. It looks like they're going to be using full motion plus, and it's going to use the Wii remote for the sword and then the nunchuck for the shield, and the game looks awesome. It takes almost similar. It doesn't look like Twilight Princess. Those of you who didn't like the dark, more realistic look of Twilight Princess, you're actually going to be pretty happy. It's a little more cartoony, and the controls, it looks like you're going to have one-to-one control of your sword, which is something Zelda fans have been looking forward to for a long time, and basically Wii fans, we've been looking for a way to control the sword, and this looks like it's going to work. Full one-to-one motion, it looks like, and Nintendo, they're going to make this work. And it'd be nice because we have seen too many sword-based games just use waggle. Even the original Twilight Princess, it did. And even though Twilight Princess was an amazing game, imagine that game better controls. And if you didn't like the dark look, that's going to be gone. Personally, I thought it was a little too dark, but it did make a good atmosphere. I hope they keep the story going. Maybe, if they did keep doing the story, if they brought in like voice acting or something like that, that'd be cool. But Nintendo usually shies away from that. But the most thing is that the controls for this game are going to be awesome, and they've already done swordplay in Wii Sports Resort, so you can already tell the way that this is gonna turn out really well. And we're gonna see more details for that. That's still a while off, but big announcement, and I suggest you guys go watch the trailer. The second announcement they made was Kirby's Epic Yarn. Now, we've been hearing about a Kirby game for the Wii for a long, long time. And finally, they officially announced it, and it's going to be out in Q3 2010. Now, that's not official, but I did see that on a website, so it looks like it's going to be out a lot sooner than we had expected. And that's exciting. I saw some gameplay for this, and it is really obscure, actually. It's a lot different than what I would have expected. So that is going to look really cool, and I suggest you check out. It's really hard to explain, but basically Kirby's made out of yarn, and he can like transform into a whole bunch of different things. He can move the backgrounds. It is a side-scroller kind of 2D, but I suggest you check out some gameplay. This looks really cool, and it's going to be out soon. Last announcement is Donkey Kong Country Returns from Retro Studios. Nintendo announced this. Retro Studios, which is known for making Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3, is back, and they are working on a 2D side-scroller now. Donkey Kong Country Returns looks a lot like the old Donkey Kong Country games. It looks great. The graphics for this are really cool, and they didn't even set a release date for it, which means it's probably a while off, but this looks great, and I suggest you check out videos. So those are 3 announcements, and it's good to see Kirby and Donkey Kong get a main game. That's really cool. I like to see that, and because they haven't been in a main game for a while, neither of them. They're Nintendo's big mascots. So I like to see that. And it looks like Donkey Kong Country Returns. This is almost the game I'm almost looking most forward to, because I'm a big fan of 2D side-scrolling platformers, and looks like it's going to be like the original games, so I'm really excited for that. And Retro Studios always does good work. They did amazing with all 3 Metroid Primes, and I wouldn't expect anything less from them. So that is your E3 2010 show from SmilingSuncake. That's all the big news I've found so far for the Nintendo Wii. But if any new stuff comes out tomorrow's the last day of E3, so if any new stuff, so I'll keep you posted. But big announcements from Nintendo, and it looks like we've got a lot of good games coming out at the end of this year and into next year. So good stuff. This is SmilingSuncake, and I want to hear your comments. I want to know what you think. Is this the year of the Wii? Is it not? I don't know. I think it is, but that's just my opinion. I'm just one guy. So I want to know what you guys think about this, and yeah, that's it. If you hear anything else, let me know. Just shoot me a message, and if you want to hear anything, but I suggest for all the games that I mentioned, go over to any website you like, IGN, or yeah, I suggest IGN. They have a lot of good trailers, and check out some of the gameplay of this, because it's hard to explain them, but you want to see that. You want to see Zelda, you want to see Kirby, you want to see Donkey Kong Country, so go check those out. That's all I got, so this is SmilingSuncake, and thanks for joining me. I'll be back with more video games news next time.